it seems like, at least to me, through my experience, they don't care. They don't care at all. They don't want to change.
3 Eagle High School students say that they endured years of racial harassment and bullying, and that school administrators failed to address their concerns. The father of 2 of the 3 girls is taking legal action against the city of Eagle, West Ada School District, Ada County, and Eagle High School to try to call attention to what he says is the root of the issue and to create change.
Despite the good memories, it will always be masked with the bad ones.
What was meant to be a journey marked by memories and milestones.
I look back and it's really sad.
Became a struggle against what 3 Eagle High School students call persistent prejudice.
There isn't a lot of people of color at our school.
I don't think we're the only ones that have ever experienced it. I think we're the only ones that have really been able to speak up and willing to speak up.
Bella Cameron, Jaden Hodge, and Jaden's little sister are speaking up after they say they faced racial harassment, bullying, and intimidation for years at Eagle. The girls say classmates spew racial slurs, including the N-word, inside classrooms and hallways, at games and events, in the parking lot, and on social media. 7 Investigates reviewed some videos and photos posted on Snapchat between September 2023 and January of 2024. And we can verify teens were tossing around racial slurs.
Sophomore year, when we went back to normals, when I'd start being called the N-word frequently by other students.
Our kids started to enunciate the N-word at me and kept saying little more bits of it, like nah, nah, nah. And we were right in front of the teacher's desk.
What is that feeling like to be called that word?
It's just degrading. Obviously that word was made to degrade people of color, like black people.
It hurts a lot. And it's really demeaning. And it feels like whenever they say that to your face or whenever they call you that, that's all you are. So it kind of strips away a part of your identity. And it's hard not to give somebody like that power because it hurts a lot and there's a lot of power behind it.
Bella and Jaden say teachers who witnessed the harassment didn't reprimand or punish students. They say one teacher even used the N-word in history class when he was explaining what hip-hop group NWA stood for and the derogatory names black military members were called when they returned from war.
Multiple students went to our principal about it, went to counselors, administration, and nothing.
If their classmates found out they reported an issue, the girls say they were bullied or threatened, creating a hostile and unsafe learning environment.
I kind of was just taught to tolerate it and just disregard it.
Bella and Jaden, as well as Jaden's dad Manzo,
each year we'd pursue it.
Went to school counselors and administrators multiple times over the last 3 years.
Countless times. And we wrote countless statements. They have them.
Thank you.
The Hodges provided 7 Investigates a recording of a meeting between their daughters and a vice principal last December.
I remember we had situations last year.
Yeah.
And I don't remember every detail, but catch me up on what's been happening. And I would like to, just like we did last year, I want us to wash it.
The girls told him a lot of athletes use racial slurs, and they want those kids held accountable. The VP assured them if he gets specific names, he will take action.
Every time something happens, I want to know about it. And I think you guys have been great with communicating with me. It's a high priority for me.
We'd talk to them and they'd say they'd handle it. Or when we talked to them about the teacher was saying in class, they'd just say the teacher got reprimanded. And as you know, legally, we can't tell you what the reprimand was.
Despite these meetings, they don't believe school leaders did much, if anything, to protect the girls.
I was just so used to it. I was just used to not having an outcome or not getting help or not feeling protected. I got used to being scared to go to school, begging my parents not to let me go.
Bella switched to online school.
I was just in a spot where I couldn't see it getting better. I couldn't see it changing, and I knew it wasn't going to change because it's the culture they've created at the school. At a certain point, you start to feel defeated. You start to feel there's nobody cares and there's nothing you can do.
Manzo took it to the top this year, meeting with West Ada School District Superintendent and HR Director.
We had the conversation. We showed them a multitude of videos and messages that were actually online, and they were pretty bewildered.
According to emails obtained by 7 Investigates, Dr. Derek Bubb told Manzo his team would, quote, facilitate an appropriate investigation with effective corrective action. But the Hodges don't believe that action ever came.
How do you know nothing was done?
There was no change. He told us that he couldn't tell us exact people who face consequences, but he could inform us of a kind of a gist about it, and we never heard anything.
I haven't gotten a call, I haven't gotten an email, not a text message since they told us they're actually going to do something to try to get some solutions for us.
Manzo felt he had to take it a step further. He and his attorney filed a notice of tort claim in June, the first step toward a lawsuit.
It's not for money at all. We don't want to put one penny in our pocket.
Rather, the families want change and to protect and support other Eagle High School students.
It's not only about the racism. I think it's beyond that at this point. It's just there's no accountability for when a teacher or a student does anything wrong. Everything is swept under the rug.
And I'm happy we're bringing it to light because I don't want anyone else to have to go through what we went through.
I reached out to the West Ada School District, but a spokesperson told me they couldn't give me any comment or details due to the pending litigation. She did say they're fully cooperating with the legal process and, quote, "Our priority, as always, remains the well-being and integrity of our students, staff, and community." If they win money or settle with this lawsuit, Manzo says they want to set up an independent hotline for kids to call if they're experiencing harassment, bullying, or any type of intimidation. Kids would call and they would talk to experts who would assess the situation, and then those experts would recommend any repercussions for students or teachers.